So what we are talking about is inescapably just and immediately just this, just what's appearing to happen. What is, or life, or this, or whatever. Not complicated, not requiring any kind of understanding, not requiring any kind of knowledge. Nothing needs to be learned. Nothing needs to be remembered. Ordinary, sitting on a chair, breathing, thinking, feelings, sensations, sounds outside, wonderings, aches or pains, whatever appears to be happening. And that's this phenomenality, that's this mystery, where mystery doesn't even touch it. That's this boundless, boundaryless isness that no words will hold on to, no words will describe, and yet this immediately and wholly just appears as words, as sounds, as a voice, apparently talking, apparently describing, and yet this is just so immediately, inescapably, the fullness of hearing, the fullness of wondering, what's he saying, or whatever. It's so utterly full to the brim that what's being suggested here, that there isn't room for you and what is, that this fills the senses, fills the mind with thoughts and feelings and sensations and silence and sound and absolutely everything and nothing. That is to say, this is it. And this is it can appear like it's not it, it can't be this, it should be something else, there's something wrong, and that would be also what is. And so that's the sort of context for this, that the suggestion being made here that there is just simply ordinary, totally just what is, not you and that's a suggestion that can be ran from, hated, totally ignored, or for the unfortunate few seems to grab, and it's not conceptual, it just seems to grab on, and sorry for that. Sorry, not sorry sort of thing. But anyway, really what it's, if that's taken on as an idea or a concept, it can just distort the simplicity and ordinariness of just whatever is. And but let's have a go, let's chew the cud, let's if there are questions about the suggestion being made here, then they are there to be asked. And if you have a comment, then put it in the chat section, and or just unmute yourself, better still, and ask whatever is there to be asked. You can't ask a wrong or a right question. All right, let's have a go. No. There's a message here. When I'm struggling with the rules of this society, is that the me? It's just struggling with the rules of society. If struggling with the rules of society is what's being felt and described, then struggling with the rules of society is what's being felt and described. What is being suggested here is simply that life is just happening. However that is, thoughts are just happening, feelings are just happening, and perhaps struggling with society and the rules thereof is just happening, and it doesn't require good old me. The question, who responded to that question? No one. There's no question. No one asked that question. Isn't that amazing? Woo! Just happening. Amazing and useless. Hi, Frank. If depression is happening, would you still call it amazing? No. I'd say if depression is being described and felt, then depression is being described and felt. What's being described here is not an antidote for being alive. It's not useful. It's not helpful. It's at the very best, it's perhaps a mirror, but really it's nothing at all. But this is constantly it's constantly conceptualized, constantly being taken on as trying to get something out of nothing, trying for it to be useful. So there's what is appearing to happen. If depression is what is described and felt, that is what is. Doesn't require good old me.
But here it feels that it's helping in a way.
Okay. So if that's what's felt about this, then that's what's felt about this, then.
Yeah.
That's not right or wrong.
Oh.
It's exactly what's felt.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
In a way, what's this is so utterly full, and not an image of what full is. It's so full already that there isn't room for anything but what is or what's appearing to be. And in a way, that is what this gathering is about. It's about that. It's about this, however it appears to be. And the suggestion is that it's a mystery, but and everything is a mystery, but that doesn't make anything. It's not like then that if there's something happening, that there is something happening and a kind of an objective viewpoint that makes it a mystery, then it would be something other. And what's been described here or attempted to be being described is that life is so full already, and that fullness can be joy, sorrow, depression, whatever. And so then it doesn't negate anything. In fact, it is as unconditionally everything, for better and for worse, though. So then this is the incomparable. Just now, just sitting on a chair, breathing, thoughts, whatever is arising, whatever sensations, never to be had, never to be held on to, never to be repeated, never like this again, even if the thought is, oh, I've been here before, I've done this, I've had it, or whatever, that would be also this incomparableness appearing like that it's stale. I mean, it's beautiful and horrible because you can't have what is. There is just what is. And nor can you have your attempt to want to have it either. This is the uncatchable. Yeah.
Hi, Frank.
Hiya.
Glad to be finally joining you for one of these things. Very much enjoyed your film 5MEO, among other things. Yeah, so I guess my question is something along the lines of, how do you feel about death nowadays? Is it something you fear, or have you been able to reconcile with it?
There's no reconciling with anything. There's just inescapably this, right? And somehow all the concepts of ideas and images of life and death and a linear path, my life, everything just is gone. And all there is just the immediate sound of a voice. So in actual fact, I have no idea what anything is, really. And there might be images of what death is, what it might be like, how it might look, this murky gray thing, or this expansive thing, or whatever image. And it's just all of that is gone, and all there is what appears. So then this is free to be exactly how it appears to be. So that's not like then if there's a car coming, it's not like, you know, dancing in front of the car that would be jumping out of the way of the car, I'd imagine, as a response, and that everything is just response, reaction, and there's just the suggestion then, the sharing, that there's no one doing anything. So no one asked that wonderful question, and no one's replying, and then this is free. It's unimaginable and beyond compare, but then free to be exactly just that. And so then what happens when the body dies? What happens? And it's all it's wonderings, meanderings. It's like deep sleep, and it's just everything then is as mystery. A piece of dirt is mystery, total and utter boundless mystery. A speck of dust is a boundless universe. And so then the mystery doesn't begin or end, but nothing then is knowable when all the ideas of knowing and collapse. And it's sort of an impassable chasm in a way, because but really it's already the case. It's just there might be ideas of what would be after death, you know, what's life, all of these things. I don't rationalize, or I don't have anything. In actual fact, you could say this is poverty beyond compare, because nothing is had, nothing is owned. I don't even have the sound of my own voice. I have no idea what I'm going to say. I have no idea how somehow sentences appear to come out, and that there seem to be understandable, even though I've no real idea what's going to be said. And everything then just is simply, plainly, wonderfully, stunningly, horribly, or whatever, a mystery. And it doesn't begin or end. And yet, stunningly ordinary, just sitting, breathing, head nodding, whatever thoughts appear. That is to say, this.
Very nice.
He is questioning here. You may have dealt with this before, but the message seems nihilistic. Yeah, it seems that it can be interpreted in a gazillion different ways, and nihilism is one of them. And that's in a way how it's interpreted there, and that's I think it's absolutely stunning. I think it's stunning in the sense also that it's free, that life is utterly free, and that this then is free to be interpreted as that. Meaningless is another one, but really it basically takes what's been said and fits it into a concept or an idea of what it's like, and yet it appears to include absolutely everything, and it's so unconditional that and so, yeah, so utterly unconditional that it includes every kind of idea. I don't know, Freddie, if you wanted to say more about it, or what your thoughts were on that. Or what is it you feel that's nihilistic about it?
Hi, Frank.
Hiya.
I don't find it the most easy thing to express these ideas, but I believe that this whole thing that we're talking about is non-duality. And my understanding of non-duality is no separation, is oneness. There's no inherent separate self. Now, what I believe no inherent self means is that there's no inherent self which is independently separate, because we're all dependent on everything else. Like I'm dependent on my parents, I'm dependent on the air that I breathe, the food that I eat. I'm not inherently separate. I couldn't be, nothing can be, because everything is interdependent. Okay. I don't believe that no inherent separate self means that there is no one here. I don't believe that. Okay. But that seems to be what your message is. And so I'm kind of struggling a bit to accept this idea that there's no one here. That's why.
Yeah, it's impossible.
It seems nihilistic.
Okay, and that's how. But first of all, it's totally not understandable. But at the same time, all that's really being said here is that there's just what is. But there's just what is that suggests that there is whatever is, and that includes everything, 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 everything. That's pretty big. Like everything is boundless. So that's really all that is being suggested, that this is the everything. And the everything appears like it can be bound, appears like it can be feeling like a self. That's okay. And the suggestion being made here is that there's just what is, not you and something apart that is other. But that can't be understood, because the wonder, in a way, is that question, from this perspective, from that question that arose, and those thoughts, and those worded thoughts, or whatever was said there, that's just that's the mystery. Just as that question. Now, that question at this moment in time feels like it's questioning, trying to get to an answer to something, and that's then what is. But it's so full that it appears as feeling apart from it. It's so full. Now, that's no good for that seeking an answer. That's no good. It's not useful. And that's why all that really is being said is that there's just what's appearing to happen, just what is, however that is. And that won't be known, though, that this is the unknowable. If it could be understood, it could be bound by words, it could be digested, it could be repeated back, and it could be learned, it could be remembered, and it could be forgotten. So this is the one, the dilemma and the paradox and the killer with this, and the impossibility, is that the suggestion being made here is that, or, you know, there's just what is, not you and, is beyond understanding.
Yeah, it's so abstract, isn't it?
It's a killer, yeah, and most can just get rid of it, and it can be just gone. And it seems like, for the unfortunate few, that's the way I'm saying it these days, for the unfortunate few, it appears like it can't be let go of. Now, that's not a doing. It's not like you can suddenly then forget about this or remember this. It's a wonderful reflection of how everything is just happening. Because really, if this was just about a couple of sentences and understanding, it would be dropped now. The whole conversation would be over. There'd be no meeting. It would be, okay, I get there's no one. I'm off. Thanks. So, no. And so then these gatherings appear to happen. And in a way, it's a sort of like a kung fu destruction of all the ideas, beliefs, concepts about what this is. Like, this is the mystery, sitting and breathing, feelings, thoughts, and it's inexplicable. And then there's all the baggage of what this is, all the learned ideas of what this could be, all the wonderings about what could be made better, improved, all the dreams happening, everything. And then this gathering just returns constantly, it seems, to the ordinary simplicity of just sitting, breathing, whatever is. And that is the wondrous mystery, but can be torturous, can be fucking brilliant, amazing, or horrible, or whatever. And that it's so naturally ordinary the case that it can't be had. It's too full for all those havings, and yet it appears as wanting to have. It's everything. And yet not complex, not heavy, doesn't need to be remembered. Nothing said there needs to be taken on board. It's already just then sitting, a hand on the mouth, wondering, whatever.
So everything's acceptable here.
So are you saying that, or is that a question?
It's a reflection that I'm sharing. Everything seems to be acceptable here, except for the self.
Well, actually, if you're saying that, Frank, I feel like a self, okay, I feel like a self, I feel like I need to get to a place of no self. Well, then this is just a mirror. Okay, well, that's how it is then. That's exactly what's appearing to happen. So that's exactly how it is then. Nothing is denied. But it can't be validated. I can't go around and stamp that. It is apparently, I can't put a stamp and go, yeah, Freddie, I need to put the stamp on you this week because the self is still in there. And if you come back next week and say, fuck, Frank, what were you talking about? What I was saying, Freddie, I'm saying nothing. I never said anything. So, and in the same way, though, I won't be rubbing off the stamp of no Freddie. There never was.
Yeah.
But so that's what's been said and suggested here, right?
Yeah.
That
I
there's
wouldn't-
just this incomparableness, just this here, just what is.
Is Freddie here?
Well, there's the sound of a voice saying, "Is Freddie here?" Now, Freddie, you can go and answer that if you want.
I wouldn't say I feel like a self, because I think a self is just a concept. So concepts don't have feelings, you know. But it all seems to be a concept. Everything that we're talking about.
Yes, absolutely everything. It's a house of words.
Mm.
The whole thing. And so then what can be said? Well, whatever appears to be said. So minimal words really appear to be used then. And this is, you could say, nothing appearing to happen. I don't like nothing though, Frank. So it's the happening, or it's just the sound of a voice, just hearing, just that. And then the reboot, but, okay. But, and it's. So this is this meeting is a mystery, as everything is a mystery, really. And in a way, it's the impossible wonder of everything. So it's not like over certain parts are knowable and other parts are this mystery. Everything is as mystery, including just the digesting and hearing of words, that everything is as mystery. But it may not feel that way. And if that's how it is, that's how it is. That is the impassable gateless gate, impassable chasm. But that's how it can be then. But really, it's all, like you said, it's a house of words, concepts, one concept on top, with the biggest one somehow being me. But that is just happening, as opposed to someone in there being a me, then suddenly can do not being a me. That all is just whoosh.
I love that concept of the sort of ninja warrior breaking down concepts.
Yeah.
Is that why you see yourself as a ninja?
No, I suppose it's just a description that it seems like it seems like in these meetings that is it's not intentional. It's not like there's any fucking intention to this at all. There's a sort of an intro that grounds this, really, that earths the conversation, or whatever you want to say, and then whatever appears to be asked and responded is exactly how it is, just like everything, you know. So, but in a way, words, you could say, the words here used seem to kind of expose the concepts, seem to rip them apart, and that all the things that are held, they don't really want to be held. But what can want to be held is liberation, or the loss of self. That's a thing, Frank, isn't it? Isn't it, Frank? And no, not even that then, that there's nothing to hold on to at all. No safe ground, nothing noble at all. And that's that sort of edgelessness. That's not a real edge, but you know, it's the impossibility then, because everything then is as mystery. And this is so, but you could say, if you were to give a description about these gatherings, that sort of thing seems to be the clearing away of all the ideas of what this is, of what's learned, of how this should have been, could have been, would be, should be, needs to be, what needs to happen, all the paths, processes, all of those sorts of held ideas, that there's already a sort of a sickening to those sorts of things anyway. It can be, some processes and paths want to be held on to, and that's how it is. But sometimes it's already felt like this innocence is already the case. And it's so ordinary, though, it can't be had. It's there. It's what's there already.
certainly very freeing.
Can be felt to be that, yeah. Can be, yeah. Every sort of reaction. Amazingly. And in a way, that's the freedom that every reaction is this.
Mm.
You see, if it was conceptual, it could be just repeated back. It could just be, oh, blah, 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 blah. It's this, it's this, it's this, this. And okay, I've got it. But there's a staleness to that. And the freshness is as everything. The freshness is as, what? What's this again? You know, what's this meeting again? What's it about? What are we talking about again? What's this? Oh yeah, I'm trying to get to know self, or whatever. Because like nothing needs to be remembered at all. If it could be remembered, it would be forgotten. So that's why it's totally ordinary and already over.
Could you call it an approach to life? I mean, it's
Definitely not
no,
an approach to life. No way.
no, because it seems quite a Zen way.
Right.
So, you know, I thought it could be like a Zen approach to life.
No.
No.
There's just this inexplicableness, but that also includes exactly what was said there. You see, that's the impossibility that it is. You could say the best of words, well, is this that this appears as talking, as the questioning, as seeking, fully as that, fully as whatever appears to be. But it's not a way to live, because there'd have to be someone in there who could take this on and go and approach life and live it. And there's so many of those out there. Like there's loads out there on the internet, loads. And good luck with those. But this is just suggesting that life is just happening. Don't fucking tell me everything. Don't tell me everything I ever thought, felt, every idea, every concept, every worry, every fear, every awkwardness, every intensity, every experience just happening. What? Yeah, that's this. Life is just happening. It's like a wheel going down the hill, and this is just a stupid. It's like a wheel going down the hill. Nobody pushed it going down the hill. It's not going anywhere. It's just happening. It's just fucking going down the hill. There's no one in the trees. No one in the fucking trees. Like, there's no one in the. Oh, I get that. There's no one in the trees because I can't see a body in the trees. There's no one in the trees. There's no one in the grass. There's no one in the muck. There's no one in the clouds. There's no one blowing the wind. There's no one doing the sun. There's no one doing the thoughts or the feelings. Just happening.
A mystery.
Oh, fuck. A mystery suddenly appearing as the saying a mystery. So that sentence coming out there, or those words, a mystery, appearing, is the mystery. So the mystery then can appear as questions, as seeking, as everything. And it won't be had or held on to, thankfully. Because if it was, if you could hold on to it, you could lose it.
I'd say it's been a privilege to join with you.
Sure, look, every reaction is possible. It's torture. It's torture, Frank. Yeah. Okay. Well, that would be what is. All right. Have a lovely day. And
Thank you, Frank.
yeah, take it easy, or take it whatever way you appear
Thank
to be
you.
taking it.
Thank you very
you.
much, Frank.
See ya. Bye.